Right, have we got
Mr.
next?
Chairman, just procedurally, could Leanne or someone, when we go on to a submission, give us a page reference for the staff response? It's just a bit hard to find it.
Ms Lambert will sort that out. Yeah, okay, so the current one is...
So the next one will be on page 47 of attachment 3, that's for Sport Hawke's Bay.
And you have two for the price of one today, by the looks of this.
In fact, councillors, this staff response will probably cover the next 3 verbal submissions.
Thank you.
So
Good morning,
47.
gentlemen. Welcome.
Morning.
You know the drill.
Sure do.
And good to see you guys here again, and the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you very much. Our submission is a supportive submission in terms of the work of Hawke's Bay Tourism. We're aware that after this financial year that's just coming up, obviously Council has to review its relationship in terms of its ongoing funding of Hawke's Bay Tourism. Certainly from Sport Hawke's Bay's point of view, and obviously you've, I'm sure, had a chance to read my submission, our 3 key goal areas, we do buffer up to the tourism sector through our goal number 3, which is around ensuring that the sports sector is a valued contributor to regional economic and social development. And certainly in terms of the economic aspect, we see that as a strong connection to tourism and sport tourism, and it has always been a bit of a challenge for Sport Hawke's Bay as a regional organisation in terms of the relationship with tourism when it was part of an EDA, whether that was Vision 2020 or Hawke's Bay Inc. or Venture Hawke's Bay. But now that we have a dedicated regional organisation representing tourism, it's really important for us that we can exemplify and work together on a regional partnership. Much of that work has been focused on the development of a regional event strategy. You will recall for a number of submissions I've made over the years that we do obviously try to market Hawke's Bay as well as we can, but actually sport is a significant contributor into bringing people into the Bay, and that's without a coordinated plan. So the concept of the regional event strategy has been focused on using sport as a catalyst to bring people into the region. You'll notice in my submission I do talk about some of the valuing or economic impact studies that we've carried out over the last 12 months regarding the sports sector, and you'll see there that work commissioned by Economic Solutions showed that the sports sector contributed total revenue of 47 million, had a total employment impact of 243 people, and as you can see in my submission, contributed GDP impact of close to 20 million per annum. So it is an important contributor towards the sports sector, and we need a strong, vibrant tourism regional body to partner to exemplify that further. And with that, I'll pass over to Kevin, who's just going to give you a bit more detail.
Thank you. I suppose I just wanted to reinforce the relationship that we've got with Tourism Hawke's Bay. They are a key partner with us with the event strategy, and I've had probably about 6 years of working around the topic of the event strategy, and I think we're now starting to be clear about where we want to head. And for example, on this Wednesday we've got our regional sports organisations, we have a forum every quarter, so Hawke's Bay Tourism will be there. We'll be talking to those groups about just what we could be hosting in the future, what they're planning and what the capability is of those groups. So I mean, we really value the work that Hawke's Bay Tourism do. And I think at the end of the day, the submission that we've got here is about that. Just as a matter of interest, we've also got in the event space a couple of projects. One with the Phoenix football team, hopefully having a game here later this year, which Hawke's Bay Tourism will be certainly involved from a marketing point of view. And it's a really good opportunity for us as a region to take. And they're the sort of things that we want to see happen more. And of course, we've been hamstrung a bit by the funding issue. Like other regions have a funding pot to be able to chase events and to bid for events. We haven't got that in Hawke's Bay as a regional group. but we are working towards that, and there are ways, like the Phoenix game, we've been able to attract a group of underwriters. So, in effect, we're going to have a similar result, but in a different way. So we'll be keeping on exploring those sort of opportunities for the benefit of us all.
Questions? Councillor Douglas.
Well, thank you for that. I just wondered about the infrastructure behind some of these events. Promotion is one aspect, whether we've got places to do things. Have you got any comments or senses of what, as a region, strategically we should be looking at?
I think the promotional aspect of a lot of sporting events, do you mean the marketing that they individually do?
No, I mean where to do things. One of the difficulties that I've always seen in tourism is we haven't got many destinations. We've got some good destinations, but not as many as other places. And I'm wondering in terms of sports events, for example, but I'm happy to take your advice on the wider picture. Are we missing something like a Sky City Convention Centre? I put that in only to be exaggerating my point.
I think that right now we've got facilities that in some cases are better than what other parts of the country have got. It's more about taking opportunities of what events can actually be hosted here, like tournaments and that sort of thing in the sports sector. Sure, we could give you a list of facilities that would be great to see here, but I think really at the moment we've got opportunities. We just need to be able to be in a position to be able to attract them.
Yeah, just to comment on that from my point of view, we certainly have facilities like Park Island. Park Island is probably the premier tournament venue in the country. It does come up against Saxton Field now down in Nelson, and there are other facilities coming on stream around the country that obviously put us a little bit more under threat. In terms of facilities like the Pettigrew Green Arena, that has already proven itself as being a venue that can attract national and international events. And we have, as part of the event strategy, managed to attract the New Zealand Gymnastics Championship here this year, which is going to require some modification, but limited spend to attract a national event that will probably come back again.
Sorry.
Just as far as events go, it's interesting you referred to Park Island, because one of the big events that I recall over the last year was the schoolboy hockey tournament. What sort of size are we talking about that? Not just with players, but with families and everything else coming into the district?
Well, they all vary, but often those sort of tournaments are around that 24 team tournament. So you can plus. Often with those secondary school tournaments, you've got parents and supporters, so it balloons out. I mean, during the Labour weekend period, we've got that under-19 national football tournament, which is 48 teams, and a good portion of those are from out of town. But to do with the secondary school sport calendar, I mean, this is the secondary school, New Zealand secondary school event calendar. There's 3 pages of different secondary school events in all sorts of sports, and Hawke's Bay are hosting about 6 of those. So there is a number of them that we could be hosting. There's some that we aren't in a position to host because of facilities or not the right fit, but there are certainly opportunities, and we've never been in a position as a region to be actively promoting and chasing those. We've left it up to the individual sports codes to either get it on a cycle of being allocated the tournament, or if you have a enthusiastic sports organisation, they'll put their hand up to run it. But there's not really a lot of motivation for a regional body to host a tournament. Usually it ends up costing them in some way or a lost opportunity, because financially they won't benefit, but the region does, and that's where we seem to be struggling to get people to understand the value of events. And it's a really good point, though, about the attraction, the number of people that come to the tournaments.
Thank you. Any other questions? Thank you, gentlemen. Very succinctly put. Thank you.